Good morning. I am so glad that everyone could join me today. Today, we're going to be discussing what you need to know before you purchase real estate in Florida. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Look at that beach. Oh, I would love to be there right now. All right, so I am Rebecca Feliz. Yes, I know Feliz means happy in Spanish. I am a licensed Florida real estate agent in the state of Florida. I work in the South Florida market. I assist buyers and sellers in all markets using my referral partners. So even if you're not purchasing in South Florida, I can help you throughout the whole state of Florida because I have so many referral partners throughout the state that will take very good care of you, and I will make sure of that. I've been a realtor for 8 years, 6 years in Florida and 2.5 years in Massachusetts. I help first-time home buyers, investors, retirees, families, second homes, relocations, vacation homes, you name it, investors, anything, real estate related, I have a part in. Okay, I work with my husband, Demek Feliz. He's a realtor as well, and we make up the Feliz home team. Why are you here? Thinking of moving to Florida? You want to learn more about real estate in Florida? You want to purchase or invest in Florida real estate? So those are probably one of the reasons why you're here. I'm glad you joined, and hopefully you'll learn some things that you didn't know, before you started this call. Did I skip too much? No, we're good. Okay. Okay, Florida is a very diverse state with various regions, each offering unique features and lifestyles. Consider factors such as proximity to beaches, job opportunities, schools, and entertainment when choosing a location. Pretty much some people want to be close to the beach, others want to be close to theme parks. Some people like it a little bit more secluded and want more land and want to be more in touch with nature. So, Central Florida might do that for them, or others want to be right in the city. So you have to know what you want to do, and pretty much work-wise or kind of where you want to be near before you make that commitment of moving to Florida, because every area is very different from one another. Oh, well, sorry about that. I keep skipping around. Okay, so something to consider is Florida climate. Florida has a tropical and subtropical climate, which means hot and humid summers and mild winters. Ensure you are comfortable with the weather patterns before you commit to a property. Some people think they want the hot, beautiful summer weather all year round, but you know what? It's not for everybody. It gets really hot here. So you have to be really comfortable with the idea of being really hot in the summer. Usually it's June through, I would say, August, September, that it's really, really hot. Other than that, I mean, our winters are gorgeous. It's not humid. It's hot still, but not that hot. It's very comfortable. So that's something to consider for someone who might come from other areas, that if the weather would affect them in a negative way. Okay, another thing to consider is insurance. Florida is prone to natural disasters like hurricanes. Homeowner insurance, including windstorm flood insurance, is crucial. Research the cost of insurance and the property's vulnerability to natural disasters, because we do face this, every year during hurricane season, and insurance is not cheap here in the state of Florida. And depending on the property, you might need additional coverage like flood insurance, or just extra coverage just because of the location. So it's just something to consider when you're moving and planning to buy, is the insurance situation in Florida. So something else is our property taxes. Florida has no state income tax, so that is a big benefit if you want to see more money in your pocket from your paycheck every month or every week. But property taxes can be relatively high also. So understanding the property tax rates in the area you're considering to buy and how it might impact your budget. Why do I say that? Because depending on the taxes, obviously if you qualify for a certain amount and your payment needs to be at a certain spot, if you're getting a loan, then that could impact how much you can afford on a home. So on the left side of the screen where it says county websites, I have links to several of the property tax appraiser websites. I have Palm Beach County, Dade County, Broward County. This is, what is this? Port St. Lucie County. This is Hillsborough County, and this is Collier Fraser. So this is like the Naples area, the Collier, and then Hillsborough is like the Tampa area. So just to give you an idea, if you go to those websites and if there's a property that you're interested in, you can actually do an estimate, but a very good estimate on what your taxes would look like for that property. So that way you have an idea of how much it would be for your budget, how much of the taxes would take up. Okay, homeowners association. So in Florida, there are a lot of homes with associations, excuse me. So a lot of communities have HOAs that enforce rules and regulations. Review the HOA documents, fees, and restrictions before you purchase a property governed by an HOA. So this is really important because if you own a commercial vehicle, a lot of associations do not allow for commercial vehicles, or if you do have a commercial vehicle and they do allow it, they might say you can't have any any markings of your business on there. So you can't have like a magnet on your car or stickers or anything that on your car advertising. So this is something to consider. Some don't allow motorcycles. Some don't, there's different rules. So it's very important to understand the HOA rules before you commit to buying a property in an association. Then obviously what the fees, what they cover. So you want to know if they cover lawn care, if it covers the playground in front of the community, or if it just covers the sign at the front of the gate. So just those are things that are very important to consider. Also, in Florida, there are a lot of country clubs and they have mandatory memberships. So, so it's just, that would be a one-time fee and how much that fee would be. And then on top of that, the membership fee, which usually tend to be quite high, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. They also still do have an HOA fee. So those are all things to consider when purchasing in an HOA or in a country club. Cost of living. While the cost of living varies across Florida, some areas can be expensive, especially in popular cities like Miami, Boca Raton, Naples, or Orlando. Consider the overall cost of living, including housing, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. In Florida, it definitely varies by area. Depending on if you're closer to a city, just like in every state, the closer you are to the city or the beach, it's going to be more expensive. If you're in the outskirts, it's going to be cheaper. So just something to consider, in planning, because a lot of people, from different areas move saying how cheap Florida is, but it really depends on what area of Florida you're going to be in. You do tend to get more for your money than, like maybe New York City or California. You do get more for your money here, housing wise, but things aren't cheap here either. Like they used to be. Florida used to be known to be, very inexpensive to live in. Things have gone up a lot, and it's just something to consider. Okay, this is Palm Beach County market snapshot. So market conditions research the current real estate market conditions in the area you are interested in. Understand trends in property prices, inventory levels, average days in the market to make an informed decision. So this is just a snapshot here of, the month of April. So I just included this just so, you know, you guys can all get a feel for what the market looks like. And I have reports for other counties. If you need it, please send me a private message and I'd be happy to share what the market looks like in the county that you're interested in. But this is just showing 2023 versus 2022 in closed. So this is single family properties, closed sales. So it was down 15% from last year. The median price is down 2.7%. The original list price received was down 5.4%. Median days to contract, so that's up 233%. So last year in 2022, it was 9 days to contract. Now we're at 30 days to contract. So inventory is increasing from last year. So it's just something to know, because obviously, you know, a year ago things didn't sit on the market at all. Now they're moving still pretty fast, but not as fast as last year. And then just right below that, I have the information on the townhouses, which is very similar. It looks pretty similar to the single family. The only thing is that townhouses, instead of median sale price, that actually went up compared to the year before. Okay, also what's very important is to know zoning. For zoning and development, familiarize yourself with zoning regulations and potential future development plans in the area. This can impact the value and desirability of your property in the long term. So this is very important for someone who is especially trying to purchase in, like, let's say, a Central Florida where there's more land, and you know, they need to know what what that area is zoned for and what are potential plans for development in the surrounding areas. That way, you know, for growth, if it's going to help value, appreciate your property versus they put something that would be an eyesore that could depreciate. And, so this is just important stuff to know, especially if you're buying land or in an area that's up and coming, or, not a lot around it. And, it's really important to know what's going up in the future. Okay, I do recommend that you know an area well before you commit. So renting short-term, 3, 6, 9, or even 12 months, if you're not familiar with an area, is something I do recommend to clients. Not all realtors are going to tell you that. Some realtors are going to say, no, buy if you like that area, buy right away. But that's not really what's best for a buyer. You have to be, unless you have family or friends or you've been visiting for years and you really know an area, I would not tell you or any client to commit to an area until they really have rented for some short period of time. They know that they get to learn the little pockets of the cities or town. That way, you know where you want to be, Okay, very important. Work with a local mortgage lender because they understand state laws, tax prorations, insurance requirements, condo rules and laws. So I'm going to give you an example. Because since the Surfside condo collapse a few years ago, a lot of laws in regards to condos have changed, and the lenders know about that, especially local lenders. They really understand it, and they know how to navigate any issues that may arise. So it's really important to work with a local lender versus, one that's in another state and they don't necessarily understand our state laws and, prorations for the insurance requirements and the taxes here. It's just like, especially with the insurance, I've had out-of-state lenders give different estimates for the insurance and have been way off. So it's just, I do always recommend working with a local mortgage lender. Okay, property management. If you plan to use the property as a vacation rental or investment, research property management options. Understand the local laws and regulations surrounding short-term rentals. So perfect example of this is in Boca Raton, where I live and where I do business. there are no Airbnbs allowed. In other surrounding cities, they are allowed. And so if you have an Airbnb in Boca Raton, it's against the local ordinance. So, you will be fined. And, so it's just something that you need to know before you think about doing something like a short-term rental for profit. And also understanding property management and the fees and things like that. And also picking the right property management company, if you do have it, is huge, because not every property management company is created equal, and you want to make sure that your property is cared for consistently. Okay, do your due diligence. Before finalizing the purchase, conduct thorough due diligence. This includes inspections, title searches, surveying, reviewing all relevant documents, engage professionals such as real estate agents, attorneys, and inspectors to ensure a smooth transaction. Not to scare anyone, but Florida is the top state for real estate fraud. So it's really important to hire the right professionals. And I would start with the right real estate agent. Why is that important? Because here in the state of Florida, your realtor not only helps you find your property, but they are the ones that write up the contract. I know in other states, they are attorney states, and so the realtor will write up the contract, but the attorneys are the ones that do the negotiations, or here we do everything. We do the negotiations, we write up the contract, and then it gets sent to title, and title will do their title search and title lien searches. And most title companies have an attorney on staff for any issues that might arise, but honestly, having the right real estate agent, because we do so much and we're so hands-on in the transaction here, it's really important. And then we are the top state for fraud in the nation, so it's really important to have just professionals behind you, and don't just pick up anybody to be pretty much to represent you. Remember, it's always recommended to consult with a real estate professional who can provide a specific guidance based on your individual needs and circumstances. So if you're looking for a 55+ community, if you're looking for a family-friendly community, if you're looking for country clubs or social environment, it's really important to have someone that understands the local market and can give you some guidance. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. There's my contact information. I look forward to hearing any comments, any questions you might have. Please reach out, and there's also my social media information there. I would love to hear from you guys. This is my TikTok and Instagram, so you can follow me on all social media platforms. I'm also on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much.